welcome to Trace Bakes.
Today we're going to be baking a favorite, and this is Donovan's idea, which is a s'mores cake, chocolate s'mores cake. So let's show him how it's done, Donavan. He loves to help me in the kitchen make these cakes. So put your butter in there. We got 2 sticks of butter.
Yeah.
You can pick it up one at a time. Don't be afraid. We can wipe your hands off. Put it down in the mixer.
Yeah, and they look like cheese.
Looks like cheese.
They're big blocks of cube that are white.
All right, so we have a safety guard on here. We'll raise our lever and hit start, and we want to cream that butter. So that's going to just take a couple minutes here to get that all creamy. In the meantime, wipe off your hands, young man. I'll get that plate out of here. All right, so we've got our butter. Now we let the butter sit out for about 30 minutes just to get it around room temperature so it's pliable. Now, what we're going to do is we've got our 2 cups of sugar measured out here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the sugar in there slightly, a little bit at a time, about half of this. Put it in there and let it cream. Now get closer, remember, it'll spill. We'll get more of it in the bowl than we do. There we go. Alright, just wait, let it cream up, and then we're going to have to scrape it. So let me get a spatula out of here.
It smells
Stay
like...
right there, don't move.
It smells like cheese.
It smells like cheese?
Yeah.
It does not.
It actually
Does let me smell that. It actually smells like butter, which I think probably smells like cheese.
No, it smells like cheese.
Alright, so put the rest of that sugar in there, so that's good. Just let it go for about 30 seconds or so, and then do more. Dump it all in there. All of it. There we go. Good job. Alright, so that's 1 cup in there, spinning away. Do the other half. Okay, that's good, but not all of it. We want it to get blended really good, not shocking. Because if you put it all in at once, it's just kind of like coagulates and doesn't really blend right, and we won't get that good rise in the cake.
It smells like cheese. It smells like a cheese.
A cheese stick. Oh, let's smell it again. Oh, now it's starting to smell a little bit more like cake. That sugar and butter is blending in there, so it's looking really good.
It smells like a cheese.
Yeah. All right, so put the rest of that in there, and then we need to let that. I'm going to scrape that sides down. Remember, we always scrape the side down. So let that blend. So we got our 2 cups of sugar, our 2 sticks of butter. So it's a really easy recipe. 2, and we're going to do 2 cups of flour.
Now, if you already were making the cake this time, it would be a cheesecake.
Cheese. Okay, so we're just going to scrape this real quick, and then we need to beat it for about 3 minutes. And then while that was beating, oh, look at that, that's up there. But it's good to just scrape down the sides. Gotta be careful to guard here.
Every chef got to taste the taste so they can make sure it's
Oh, we have to taste it, huh? Well, we'll have to taste it. You're gonna take a little bite of sugar and butter and see if it's okay. Donovan's our true baking taster. Alright, so that's gonna spin for about 3 minutes. We want to get it nice and combined before we start adding in our eggs. So get that nice and fluffy.
It smells like cheese, but it tastes like sugar.
Smells like cheese and tastes like sugar. Okay.
I can read my dad.
Hey. All right. So now we have 3 eggs here. I put them in each of these little custard cups so we can do 1 at a time. And what I did was I just put them in a little lukewarm water for a little while I got everything prepared. And then what I also did was we put parchment paper. We grease the bottom, put some parchment paper, just so it'll plop out easier. Remember, sometimes it gets stuck in the corners.
Can I take it out?
No, what do you want to take it out for?
Then we can put it back in and then it'll be all dry.
Well, no, we want it to be wet. This is just the grease on the paper. We want it to be so it doesn't stick. So I've got 2 round pans. These are 8-inch pans.
Yeah, we make 2 pieces of the small cake.
So why do you think a s'mores cake is so delicious?
Because it's like a marshmallow graham cracker chocolate all combined together.
Right. And so what I thought we would do is do marshmallow cream icing, and then we could do some chocolate ganache, and then crunch up some graham crackers. So we'll be making that here shortly. But let's get the batter done. That's looking really good now. How's it smell? Smells like a cheese stick?
It smells like a cheese.
Smells like a cheese stick. That's that good butter, because that's what we use, the really good grass-fed butter.
I think I know why, because the butter had we put 2 pieces, 1
maybe a little. But it looks delicious in there. So,
yeah, it looks like vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. All right, so let's just push that over this way so we can see what's going on here. Sorry about that. I think it was off the screen just a little bit. And there he is testing it again. He's always eating the batter. There's more batter that goes in that belly than there goes into the pan. What is that all about? It's true. All right, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to scrape it down one more quick time just to make sure we are always incorporating all of our ingredients into the batter because we want to have it in the batter.
Yeah, and in my stomach.
And in your stomach. That's true. It is a delicious confection.
I'm going to say it again.
Oh, you're going to test it again? Okay, Mr. Tester is always testing out the batter. All right, so now what we're going to do on a little lower speed, just a nice mixing speed, let's start adding each egg. One at a time, please. Mr. Donavan, this is your cue to do what I asked you to do, and you already talked this through a little bit ago. Okay, and 1, go. Okay, so now what you want to do is just make sure that gets all incorporated really good. Wait for about 30 seconds or so.
Okay, 1,
2, 3, 4. Okay, we don't
wait,
need
I got a good idea.
What?
Alexa, time 30 seconds.
I don't know if Alexa can hear us. Oh, there she is. Okay, come on. We gotta finish this. Alexa, stop. All right, so next one. That looks good and incorporated. Do the next one.
It looks good.
Doesn't it look good? It kind of looks all creamy again. You can't see the egg. It all
Looks
incorporates
super
that.
creamy.
I know, but look how it all incorporates.
Wait,
And they're nice warm eggs, so like the room temperature. So
I
it
don't
doesn't
know what the smell is.
make the butter get hard and not mix properly with your batter. Again, impacting the right. So what we did earlier is we used our 2 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of cocoa powder, our rising agents, which we use baking soda and baking powder, and then we also put a little bit of salt, and we mixed that all up really good and sifted that just to get some of the lumps of the cocoa out of it. And then we're going to start putting that into this mixture after we get the 3rd egg in, if you would quit eating the batter.
I love you.
Put it in there. All right. Thank you for being careful. That's good. Dump it in there. Just get it in there. Get it in there. Good job. All right, so let that one mix up really good.
Everyone, use the batter when you're doing a cookie.
Now we get to do my favorite. You know what that says? Vanilla! Smell it. Smell the vanilla. Don't spill it. Okay, so fill that spoon up with it. It's going to come out fast, so just go slow. Keep going. There we go. Good job. So we got a teaspoon of vanilla now mixing in with our egg mixture, sugar, and look at that. Look how pretty that's becoming.
Wait a second. It smells like...
No, it smells like smoke. Now it smells like cake.
No, wait.
Yes, it does. It smells delicious.
Well, I smelled it. It smells like something else.
What's it smell like?
I forgot. I don't know.
Like candy bars, maybe?
No, like, are those things like when you pour on your summer candy and you rub it?
You pour it on your hands and then you rub it?
Yeah, it's like
hand lotion. Oh, hand sanitizer?
Yeah, it smells
well,
like
I'm
that.
not sure why it would smell like hand sanitizer. I'm trying to tell everyone a good recipe, not
Yeah,
a
but
hand sanitizer recipe.
it now smells like cake.
Yeah, it does now smell like cake. Okay, good.
And now give that to me.
Hold on. Now this has a little raw egg in it, so you can't have much. But
So
again, I got to
I
scrape the
like
sides
that.
down just to get all that incorporated properly. So we'll just do another little 30 seconds here. And then we're going to start adding in our dry ingredients. The best part, the cocoa, the chocolate. So what we're going to do with the flour mix is we're going to do flour first, about 1/4 cup. And then we're going to do a little bit of milk and then a little bit of flour. So you always start with flour and you always end with flour, okay? So go ahead and, yeah, that's perfect. Like half of this, that's perfect, that's fine. So now I'll put that in there in the batter, just gently.
It smells like chocolate.
Yeah. All right, so we did a little chocolate. Now look, you let that mix up.
It smells like a chocolate bar.
And then we're just going to do a little bit of milk just so it doesn't shock it so much.
It now smells
And I let
like
the milk sit out a little bit too, just again, room temperature so everything can really mix together and not stiffen up that butter. So
and
it doesn't, and then it won't rise because it just melts instead of all being thoroughly mixed together.
It smells like chocolate cake.
All right, so now the next one, do another cup of chocolate flour mixture. It's looking good. It smells delicious. Oh my God. It smells good.
It smells like a dark chocolate cake.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Now we do a little bit of milk. Just about a quarter cup. So this is a 1.5 cups of milk. And of course I'll post the recipe. It's a classic. It's from a vintage cookbook. Something that my mom gave me, and we made this all the time, and it just is a great rise.
Actually, I think it wasn't, because when I was coming, I thought you said the first time you said I made it up.
Well, the cake itself, you made up the cake as a s'mores cake. The chocolate, we call it a sponge, or the chocolate cake is an old recipe. So go ahead and put this in there. But the idea of making it a s'mores cake, because we were talking and you were saying that you love chocolate cake, and then we were talking about how you love making s'mores. We made s'mores over the holidays when we had family here. We have a fire pit out back. Oh, bless you. Thank you for stepping away. That's a good baker. Good baker. And now that's coagulating nicely and getting incorporated. What's wrong? You okay?
I have an
Need a tissue?
itchy nose.
Okay, well everyone's watching you itch your nose now. That's just like silly. Alright, here we go.
Can I pour the milk?
Okay, you want to do the milk this time? Okay, so we'll swap. That powder gets in your nose when you can see it like poof up a little bit in there. But the guard does definitely help. Good. That's good. Perfect.
I just did a big chunk at the end and then pour it out. Because a big chunk can make it out.
Yeah. So we're about halfway, more than halfway with our flour mixture.
It smells like slime chocolate.
Slime chocolate?
Yeah, it feels like slime and it's chocolate.
Wow. Alright, so I'm going to do the next batch of flour.
Oh wait,
And now it's your turn to do the milk.
That just got me a good idea. Maybe you can make something sticky, harden it, and when people put stickiness in it, so when people eat it, it's chocolate and it's slimy. Then you can put slime in the front so people will think it's slimy when they eat it. You know, it's real slimy.
Slimy. So maybe like that Nickelodeon, you know how stand up here, the green slime.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of green slime, it's chocolate slime.
Yeah, and edible.
That would be delicious.
Yeah, and edible.
I would be. Can you imagine all the people? You can go ahead and dump the rest of that in there. That's the finish. So we're going to finish with flour because we only have enough for one more little bit of flour. So we started with our flour mixture, and now we're going to end with our flour mixture.
Eat it all.
You will.
No.
And then we're going to end with our flour mixture.
No.
Get it all out.
No.
Oh! Alright, so we're going to get that going. So what I'm going to do is just beat it up here, get it all incorporated. Scrape down the sides one more time. And then we've got a beautiful cake batter here. Look
Wait,
at that.
let me smell it. I'm going to
Okay, smell it. You got a good smeller. Does it smell good?
I can't because your hand is...
Okay, well let me get this incorporated here real quick. We got some flour flour mixture that puffs up on the side when this is getting beat when it hits the... So we want to make sure we get that all scraped down.
Or maybe you could get edible flour and wash it down.
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
Well, you'll get... Now, what's your most favorite part of making a cake, Donavan?
Eating all the batter.
I knew it! Eating all the batter. All right, so now I'm going to bring it up to like a medium speed. Let it get whipped because I want to get some air incorporated into that. It's going really fast. That way it'll give us a good rise. Give it a good tester, yeah. So...
He's doing it fast so it can go faster.
We get and what do we do when we always work? We always clean up our area when we're done baking. So it's a nice clean area.
Yeah, and can I tell you something? My dad's my butler, so...
I'm your butler?
Yeah.
not. So come on, Don, we got to finish our step. So I'm going to use a scale. I'm going to get really picky, in particular when it comes to weighing my thing. So I'm going to actually zero this out, and then I know what to put, so I get even layers. That way they're even. Some people use it by cups, some people do it by weight. So I'm going to use grams just because, or ounces here. It's just a little easier. Oh! I need that. Oh, actually, I'm going to use another one. I use this one for I use it with it better. You can have a little bit of that. So now it's mixing up pretty good. Again, 30 seconds or so. Get up here, sir, and let's watch how we do this. All right, so we have our cake mixture, and I use a spatula here to just get that all done with my little helper who, like I said earlier, and he admitted to, he told the truth, which is always important. We always say tell the truth, even if it incriminates you. All right, I made a little mess up there, but we'll make sure we clean that up. I'm gonna have some. No. That's delicious.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, no, stay here, please. I want to finish this up, and then we can. All right, so turn it on my unit. I'm gonna zero it out, and then I'm gonna pour in my batter until probably about 20 ounces is gonna be about my guess. That's 21.6. Take out a little. 21. Okay. So now we're at 21. I have to zero that out. And we're going to do another. So I said 21. So we'll go 21 ounces. That looks really good. There's 22. Okay. So it's not, doesn't have to be exact, but it does help to, at least when it comes to your evenness. Okay, another, and then I'll just put the rest in here. That looks about right. So next time I'll do probably about 24 ounces. And then I'll even it out, put it in a 350 degree oven. Probably for about 35 minutes would be my guesstimation on this. So what I'm going to do is just make sure my batter is all. How you doing back there? You want to? My helper is distracted with the.
No, I'm not. You're distracted with bacon.
Well, I know, but we want to eat this cake, don't we?
Yeah, and I might.
And then we'll come back later and we'll do a s'mores. We'll show everyone how to do the. So I just knock it down a little bit just to get the air bubbles. Not a lot. I don't want to do a lot. I want to get rid of everything. Rinse my hands off here. All right, so that's our cakes. I'm going to throw them in the oven, and we'll be back later and show you how to build this wonderful Donavan s'more cake. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.